go get your snacks. When you feel like you're being watched, what do you do? Now, we already know that there's hundreds of missing females that went missing because it was getting watched. We know so much things about people getting close to you, then you become missing when all along they was watching you before they even met you. It was all in their plan, and you didn't even know. Now, this is something that I would never ever want to experience. So this girl noticed this man was everywhere she was at. This guy was literally everywhere. Outside her bus stop, she would go to the store, see him out the windows. Outside of her apartments, he would even run into her in public places and open the door for her, no matter where she was at. It all started out when she was on a bus, alone. And this man was on the bus. The only thing is, you on the bus alone with a man that you don't know. And he don't sit far away from you, he sat right next to you. So she have this man sitting next to her the whole bus ride. And she's ready to get off the bus because she have this energy that she just don't feel safe. No mace, no taser. She have nothing to protect herself. So when she get off the bus, the man get off the bus with her. Luckily, as soon as she got off the bus, one of her friends was already ready to pick her up, so she left immediately. But it didn't end there. She was on a plane. For some reason, she just so happened to be the only one on this plane. How? Why? And she on a plane with one other person. For some reason, she can't tell though if it's a man or if it's a woman. So we have the pilot, the workers, and just two people riding this plane, which is very, very odd, which is something that I believe don't happen. And she get like a deja vu feeling because the same thing happened to her on the bus. The same exact thing. Mind you, I didn't say this, but when she was on the bus, she didn't notice that the whole time on the bus, the man was recording her. What is he gonna do with the footage? Why is he recording her? Is he recording her to send it to someone? When she was getting off the plane, she noticed that it was the same guy who's been stalking her all along. Luckily, she stayed with the workers as she was leaving, because if that guy would have had one split second with her all alone, who knows what he would have done to her. So the following night, she made it to her house and she hears a knock on her door, loud banging.
Honey, come on.
Knowing that she's been getting stalked, she still decides to go open this door. Nobody. Then later on again that night, she decided to go to the store. I went outside the house and she hears a noise in the distance going towards her car. It's late, trees all around. Maybe it's the stalker looking at you right now. She hurry up, she goes in her car, try to start it, but just like from off the horror movies, her car does not start. Meaning, that stalker probably did something to your car. She leaves the keys, leave her door open, leaves her purse and runs in the house, lock the door. She stays inside. But she left the front door open as she was going into her car because she was so worried. Now this guy probably in your house. What you gonna do? You gonna leave outside? What if he's outside? You're gonna stay inside, but what if he's inside? What are you gonna do? I cannot make this up. You know how we talking about stalkers right now? It's late at night right now, and I'm looking for movies, and guess what popped up on my Hulu For You page? Look at this, look at this, no cuts. No cuts. No cuts. Okay, stalker.
He works for a rideshare company. He dropped me off at home, and since he started following me, okay, and he started showing up and sending messages, look, I had to tell him to leave me alone.
See, I didn't type this in, movies for you, and it says stalker. And then I went over to watch this trailer, and that's what this movie is about.
But you still see your stalker everywhere?
My stalker is here.
Or maybe it's all in my head.
I'm not crazy!
How? I literally did it like I'm being watched. Now, as far as that girl that's been getting stalked, what happened to her.
911, please state your emergency.
She disappeared. She was never found. She was never seen. You probably alone at home right now, in your house thinking you're safe. Well, this person was home alone in his house. Then he hears a little noise.
What's wrong? Something there?
So he starts to take out his phone and he records. And then he points his phone towards himself through his reflection. He didn't notice something in the back. A head staring at him. Now remember what I said, only one home. Nobody else but him and his animal. Of course it don't end there, because this other person, just like you probably right now, was in his room. Nobody was in his house, watching TV. And he just decided to take out his phone, maybe to snap someone. Maybe to send a snap through someone on Instagram. He took the picture, he noticed something. Now, personally, this scared me. This gave me a memory of the game that I played, Shadow. If you haven't seen that video, you need to go see it. And I would take videos and I would take pictures. And I would see things in the background that I didn't see until I edited the video. And some of y'all DM'd me and showed me some things that I've missed. I will never in my life play that game again. For y'all who didn't catch it, what I did was I screenshotted it and I brightened up the picture, and this is what I saw. I want to show you how devious people are and how smart they can get at times. They had this video uploaded by Mr. Nightmare. And there was this guy who got a random voice message from this guy.
Hey, I'm outside your house. I found your info online and I could really use a job. Could you open the door?
Now to you that probably sounds normal, but he did say,
could you open the door?
That means that he's at his house. And this guy is only calling him just because he wants to get a job.
And I could really use a job. Could you open the door?
Later that night, he gets a knock on the door, so he records it. Now I pay attention to details. First knock was calm. Second knock, he's getting angry. Don't open that door. Later on again, he gets a knock on his back door. Yes, his back door. Odd. Luckily, he did not answer. Imagine what would have happened if he would have answered. But he do know where you live. There was this another guy. This random girl gave him a voice message. Listen to it.
Hey Dylan, I just wanted to know, why is your bed that color? It's really nice looking out in the closet. It's a really nice blue and white bed.
Now what really creeped me out about this video is she could have been anywhere in his house. Under his bed, anywhere. She know the color of his bed sheets.
It's a really nice blue.
She know his name.
Hey Dylan.
Obviously at first he thought he was being pranked, but he wasn't. He went to the police to try to see what they can do. Unfortunately, they couldn't really do not much. Until this day, he don't know who that person was. Sent that voice message. Obviously, they know what inside your room looks like. Somebody's watching you. But what can you do if you really can't do nothing about it? Better sleep with one eye open at night.